Okay, so to help you through this, you can open up the intro tutorial and go down to the page where it all begins. So that's just description. So this is pretty much the stuff that we've already done. And what you'll find on page 6 is the beginning of where the content comes from that you need to put into this scenario. So again, when you're actually writing your script, do it in Word or PowerPoint or whatever is comfortable for yourself, and then just copy and paste it. You'll copy and paste straight into SBLi as you start to transfer the information into SBLi. So I'm just going to pop this Word document over to a side, and I will copy and paste that information as required. Okay, so our first location that we started with was pretty much just the information location. So it's not really a location in this aspect, we're just giving information, and it was about objectives. So over in the properties panel, you fill in the name over here that says objectives, and as you can see, the icon over here has now changed to the objectives label. Using this plus icon, we can navigate to the icons that we want to use. So once again, on our desktop, this is actually included in your intro tut, and you're going to look in images, and we've got a little GIF that's called objectives, and we say open. And there you go, that's how it changes. To give it an environment background, it's the same thing. You click on the plus, browse to a file, and select the objectives environment window. So as you can see, if you've got a graphic designer, or lucky enough to have a graphic designer who can make up little images like this, it really does improve the aesthetic of the scenario. Okay, so then it's just a question. We've pre-written our script, so I'm just going to copy and paste that information in here. And with every default content page, you already have this information or hint box provided to you. So all you need to do is get rid of the default text and type in the text that you want to type. So in this case, it's going to be, when ready, please click on Alex's room. Okay, so now we have to actually add Alex's room. So the system, as per before, you use the add location tool. We click in the location window. We can see our new location, and just remember you've always got this move tool to level them up if you need to. So I'm going to move that across, and when it's highlighted orange, you know that you're on your active location. If it's inactive, it'll be grey. If you already know that your scenario requires 6 locations or 5 locations, as this one does, you could go ahead and click those locations in, then move them into position so that they're nice and even, and then go about adding all the information for this. When you do it this way, it is quite easy to mix up what content page you're on. So really be aware of the active location always being highlighted orange. Now, of course, if you want to customize this, it is possible to do so. We can go into Settings, Preferences. This little window comes up, and here you can see where you can change some of these colors. So we might go to blue, or you can actually go to this web system, and it has a few more colors there as well. And I quite like dark olive. We're going to save those settings. So then you can see that your active color is now this green kind of olivey color. Okay, so now we just need to name these things. So of course the first location was Alex's location. It is not a portal, so we do not need to click on that. We will go through that in an advanced tutorial. We browse to our files and we can see Alex item. That's not the one we're after. We want Alex room icon. So we're going to open that one and come down to the environment window and choose Alex's room. Now, once you actually get into the rhythm, let's click over here so that'll update those label. It becomes very second nature. So at the moment we won't do any prerequisites. You certainly can give feedback if they visit a location. In this particular scenario, feedback wouldn't be necessary, but there are times when certain disciplines require you to do certain things and you want to be able to give the student feedback at the end of the scenario. So at the end of the scenario we have an option called the debrief page, and in the debrief page you can outline that they did select this location, and you can give them feedback saying this is very good because of XYZ. Or alternatively, if they've chosen a location that was unnecessary, you can give them the feedback that it wasn't necessary because of XYZ, so on. And down here, of course, as I said before, always remember to rename your content page. It just makes things so much simpler if you need to redesign your scenario down the track and actually move content around, so you can actually find the pages very easily from this drop down path right here. So I'm going to say Alex's room. No need to worry about giving it the HTML tag, it'll do that automatically. Okay, so we've got Alex's location pretty much set up. We'll just get rid of this header. Remember, it's up to you if you want to create a header. Alex's room. I like to use the heading just to reinforce visually very quickly that people know where they are within the scenario. And we can go across to our tutorial document and take the text that is required for Alex's room. Remember that the text required is always going to be in a yellow box, just like this one here. So that's what you can look out for when you want to copy and paste that text. And I've just copied the hint, so I'm just going to do that and that. Then I can delete it from there so we don't have any double up of information. Give it a bit more spacing. And now we're ready to move on to the next location.